Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of SIMSR Radio. Sports, as we all know, is regarded as one of the largest industries worldwide in terms of generating employment and revenue. The growth and development of sports industry continues to create opportunities for management professionals in all areas such as sports retailing, sports marketing and sponsorship, sports media, sports event planning, etc. Businesses are booming in the sports industry and many people now desire to pursue a career in sports, for which students are each year entering into academic programs specializing in sports management to prepare for their dream future.
With the growing need to cater to the sports industry and fueling the innate passion of individuals to make a commercially viable career in the sporting and allied industries, KJ Somaiya Institute of Management and Somaiya Sports Academy launched the 2-year full-time MBA in Sports Management from the academic year 2020. Today we have with us Aazaz Jacob sir and Aazaz sir. Aazaz Jacob is Professor and Area Chairperson, Marketing and International Business at KJ Somaiya Institute of Management Studies. In an industry career spanning over 30 years, he has launched the following products in India: Puma, Mercedes-Benz, Barbie dolls, and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. He has also worked with other brands like Tata Motors, Cadbury's, Fevicol, Yes Bank, Parachute, HUL, Morgan Stanley and Citibank. He was involved in the first foray of Puma into the country and was the head of sales and marketing, Puma India. He has received 17,000 citations and he worked with people like Prakash Padukone, Mohammad Azharuddin, Sanjay Manjrekar and Harsha Bhogle. His favorite sports personality is Sir Alex Ferguson.
We are also delighted to be joined by Mr. Aazaz Khan, who is the director of Somaiya Sports Academy. He has over 25 years of experience in the field of sports as well as marketing. He pursued cricket in India and has played tennis and squash in corporate leagues. He has also done cricket coaching certifications under international coach Nick Pothas. He pursued the intricacies of spin bowling with Imran Tahir, who currently plays for the South African national cricket team. He has played cricket for Hamble, A Division Hampshire, and various other cricket clubs in England and India. He has served as a consultant for Hazaribagh Olympic Association and assisted their efforts in grassroots infrastructure and sports development among children and youth across various sports. So before we start with the questions, we would like you to tell us about your affinity and your history with sports.
Aditya, this is a wonderful question. It takes me back memory lane, right from my childhood days, school days. I've been always involved in active sport, one way or the other, as I have played almost all games. But besides that, I had taken karate very seriously and ran up to get the second degree belt as far as brown belt is concerned in karate. But besides that, I've always been actively involved in sports. But the most important involvement with sports was at a professional level. When I was heading Puma in this country, Puma High Performance Sports Shoes and Apparel for a good 4 years as General Manager Sales and Marketing. And really, those were the days when one would basically get up every morning and shout out loud saying that thank God it's another morning, because you're always ready to start work. And whenever you have your passion becomes your profession. You don't work a single day, your hobby becomes that. I would now ask Aazaz Khan, what is your take on this particular aspect?
My God, I would need a whole day, I guess, to explain when it comes to sports and my sport.
In my school days, I was a star student when it came to sports. I was actively involved in all the sports. Cricket is a sport which I was passionate about. And life intervened and I got into business. Then I moved to England, where I was very fortunate to get selected for Hamble Cricket Club. In my 10 years journey in UK, I came in contact with lots of international cricketers who were playing for Hampshire at that time. That's where the exposure of international training made me realize the importance of grassroots development. Ever since, I've been committed towards the strengthening of the same in India.
That was indeed very fascinating, Aazaz sir. My next question would go out to Isaac sir though. So, could you please throw some light on the concept and requirement of sports management, and what are the points of similarity between a normal MBA and a sports management?
Aditya, really speaking, sports management is a specialized area in of an MBA program, for instance, as such. Okay, it actually inculcates in the participant, in the aspirant, how to manage sports and sports entities, for instance, for profitably, as well as from a professional perspective, for instance. And that is how an MBA in sports management is distinctly different from a regular MBA course, for instance, or any specialization MBA course. But more importantly, what you need to look at is that sports as a platform requires distinctly different skill sets and developing of the managerial acumen which are specific to a sports area, for instance, because there are sports related subjects which are very, very, very technical, including sports analytics. Sports economics is something which is now coming of age, for instance. Besides that, there are very specialized courses which are there, like sports physiotherapy, sports medicine, and almost all kinds of other specific niche courses which are there, which makes sports management a very specialized area of developing managerial skills.
And Aazaz sir, what are the possible aspects which give an edge to the course we offer compared with the course of sports management offered in other institutes?
The most important feature of this program is the collaboration between KJ Somaiya Institute of Management and Somaiya Sports Academy. Somaiya Sports Academy is a premier sporting institution armed with state-of-art infrastructure, dedicated team of highly certified coaches. We give training to school, colleges, academy players, teams who are taking part in various district, state, national and international tournaments. Coming back to your question of what is the edge, the edge that our management student will have is the experiential learning in sports facility planning and management, grassroots sports development, coaching and training in sports management, and the mega sports event management.
That's great, sir. And Aazaz sir, how has the sports industry transformed into the sports entertainment industry?
Yeah, Nikita, one should understand that the sports industry is a subset of the media and entertainment industry, which is a very large, industry, not only globally but also in India, for instance. But besides that, there is a lot of involvement in the area of other contiguous industries, or what is called related industries that actually supports the sports industry very, very significantly. For instance, like the media business, for instance, there are specialized media verticals which are there that supports sports like ESPN and Star Sports and others. Huge platforms, for instance, as such, which has been created on the backbone of the sports industry as such. Now, besides that, digital marketing and various other areas, specialized areas of marketing and management also supports the sports and sports management industry participants. And that is the big picture that one has to look at. So it's not just the sports management part that actually makes the industry that big, but it is perhaps the related industries that has got a good factor of at least about 6, in terms of 6x, I would say, in terms of investment and in terms of value potential when you compare it with the sports industry per se, for instance.
So, Aazaz sir, as you mentioned earlier about action learning, can you elaborate more on the action or experiential learning part and the training partners that we have?
So, our student will get a practical exposure on development of our recent sports infrastructure project like Somaiya Cricket Ground, which is a Class 1 facility in Mumbai City. Then our Eklavya Sports Complex, which is going to be consist of an international swimming pool, 50-meter length, 2 badminton court, 5 squash court, multi-sports hall where we'll have aerial cell, Malcolm, and many more things. So this will basically give students a good exposure to sustainable models of maintenance with proper monetization strategy, optimum occupancy of various infrastructure at both our campuses like Vidya Vihar and Ayur Vihar. And so the practical setting at Somaiya Sports Academy to understand the organized and unorganized grassroots programs can be beneficial for the student. Somaiya Sports Academy has a sub-junior football team that plays in the Hero I League. And this is where the student will get exposure on the high performance approach in the grassroots area. The implication of coach training while coaching a high performance athlete can be a case study for our students. Somaiya Sports Academy itself was like we got 104 sports team across 12 sports competing in various tournaments, and thus the students can get a knowledge regarding planning, resource allocation that goes in while coaching and athlete training at amateur level as well as at the professional level. Somaiya Sports Academy is also a host for Hero I League, which is a professional sports event, junior and sub-junior matches, which is conducted on the Somaiya's football ground. Somaiya Sports Academy conducts Somaiya Football Championship, which is a grassroots event for under 8, under 10 and under 12 age group footballers. You might be aware that we have a corporate tournament called TOS, which is played among all the employees of Somaiya from across all campuses. We also do many sports events at the campus. So this is basically going to give students a great give them a good practical knowledge on how to conduct an event at various levels after understanding the theoretical and knowledge of making a mega sports event.
So very well put, sir. I'm sure our viewers would agree with how grassroots programs play a vital role in defining their role in a sports. However, considering the stereotype which although is being broken, but acknowledging its existence, we can say that sports is a male dominated in our country. So will this make sports management a course which will be male dominated?
No, Aditya. It is no more a male dominated stuff when it comes to sport now. With my own experience as of this last year, the performance of female in Somaiya Sports Academy at the world level, at international level, Mansi Joshi, who won the Para Badminton World Cup, she's the champion of the world, and she's an alumni of Somaiya. Apurva Patil, a student from Somaiya, she won the judo gold medal at Commonwealth in England. Okay, Harita Batra in athletics. As in, I have got few names: Rujuta, Ritika, Purva, Sarvari, Nidhi. All these guys, they are all they've been just performing like crazy, working hard. So there is nothing that I in fact at times feel there are lesser boys compared to girls. The percentage is 55-45, I would say. And when it comes to performing in the management field, I would ask my friend Isaac. He will tell you how they are performing in management also.
Yeah, that's right, Aazaz. We also see a lot of women managers in the area of sports and sports-related management areas. For instance, our very own alumni, Medha Shitut, was the Vice President Sports Analytics in Star Sports, for instance, very recently. Then, of course, we also have another alumni, Shubhra Marodkar, who handles sponsorship for Heineken in Singapore, for instance. Besides that, if you really look at the celebrity sports management, verticals, including digital marketing, sports healthcare, advertising per se, including sports analytics and things like that, there is a whole lot of women who are actually now in this particular area, for instance, and one would want to basically wager a good guess that about 50% of women participating in these areas at the managerial level are actually women, for instance. So therefore, it is no more from a reality perspective, no more male dominant, for instance. And of course, the more important factor is that who else can be but quote our very own Neeta Ambani, who is so very part of the Mumbai Indians and has actually driven her CSR venture using sports and sports related platform, which is a very, very good example of how women have really been pretty dominant in sports management as such.
Thank you so much, Jacob sir and Aazaz sir, for the insights to make us understand the scope of MBA Sports Management offered by KJ Somaiya Institute of Management and Somaiya Sports Academy, and the well-rounded set of business skills it will impart in students, be it the usual range of financial, marketing, HR and operations skills, looking at industry specifics, or interpersonal innovation and leadership capabilities. After hearing all this, it seems like sports management degree is indeed worth it and ideal for people who want to combine their passion for sports with business skills.
Also, a huge shout out to all our listeners who aspire to follow sports more than just a passion and seek opportunities in the sporting fraternity. MBA in Sports Management seems to be the best foot forward. That's all for now. For more exciting episodes, tune in to SIMSR Radio.